guys, and welcome back to What's Your Cruise Life. It's Jessica here, and today I wanted to take it back old school, at least old school for my TikTok channel, and we're going to talk about Cruising 101 again. We are going to take everything back to step one, planning or thinking about planning or what to think about when you're planning a cruise. My last few videos have been major topics that I've been seeing all over the cruise Facebook channels. Cruise Facebook channels. And so I wanted to take some time to address those questions. And I've also answered a few questions that I've gotten on my TikTok channel. So I wanted to get those out of the way before we tackled Cruising 101. First things to think about. You've decided you wanted to take a cruise for your next vacation. That's awesome. Yay! Cruising is so much fun. I recommend it to everybody. And if you tell me you're terrified of it, come to me and I will make you less terrified of it. So, first things first, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Alaska? Do you want to go to the Mediterranean and go to places like Rome? Do you want to do Australia or Asia or the Caribbean? There are so many different places to go, and sometimes there are only so many specific cruise lines that will take you if you're looking for something very specific. For example, a bucket list cruise for me and my husband is Antarctica. Granted, will I ever get there because they are ridiculously expensive? Probably not, but it's still a bucket list item to check off hopefully one day. But there are only 2 or 3 cruise lines, I think there's 2, maybe, that will take you to Antarctica. Or if you're just like, you know what, I want to get out of Michigan or Wisconsin or Minnesota or wherever you are for a week in the winter, and you're deciding you just want to go to the Caribbean for a quick vacation with your friends and family, most cruise lines go to the Caribbean. Most cruise lines, I should say, cruising out of the United States. So you've decided where you want to go and what cruise lines have that availability. Second thing to think about is, where do you want to cruise out of? So I live in Michigan. Hint, I don't know if anyone knows this, there are no cruise ports, home ports in the state of Michigan. I lied. There's a couple cruise stops for Viking is now doing Great Lakes cruises, which sound like so much fun, but the cost for a Viking Great Lakes cruise is not worth it when I can drive to most of the locations in 2 or 3 hours. But there are no normal home ports in the state of Michigan. So I always have to travel. But if you're from Florida, you have 1,000. Or, if you're close to New York or Baltimore or South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina, or Texas or Louisiana, you have home ports in your state that most likely you can drive to. Most of the ports I have to fly to, so the port isn't necessarily as important to me as it might be to someone who lives in a state with a home port. So you need to think about what cruise lines offer cruises out of the port you want to go to. My 2 ports that I've been out of are Miami and Port Canaveral. I will do a future video over regarding my preferences in the ports, and I will bring on my Instagram co-author Stacy, who has a few more home ports under her belt than I do, in a future video, and we can go over the benefits of each cruise port or the cons of each cruise port. Another thing you need to think about is when you want to travel. When you want to travel is going to dictate where you can go. If you can only travel in the winter, you work on road cruise or something like that, you can only travel in the winter, that's going to eliminate some cruise ports. So that's going to eliminate places like Alaska and probably most of the Norwegian cruises. Not Norwegian cruise lines, but like Norway, Finland, those kind of areas. But maybe you can only cruise in the summer, which is summer for the US. That's going to eliminate Australia. And it may also depend on the weather where you're going. So the summer in the Caribbean, speaking from experience, is ungodly. If that doesn't bother you and you're not impacted by the heat, then the Caribbean in July or August might be great. But it's hot. But I like to cruise in the fall and winter when it starts getting cold or is cold here, so the Caribbean's perfect for me. But that doesn't get me away from the cold if I want to go to Alaska. And so when you want to travel is just as important as where you want to travel, which is just as important as what cruise line will take you there. So another thing, once you've decided when, where, and which cruise lines offer the cruise you want to go on, and I mean, even amongst the cruise lines, some cruise lines may not go to a specific port in the Caribbean. So I'm sure you've seen all over the Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Royal Caribbean's private island. They have water slides, it's a big like water park, and they have all kinds of awesome things. I will get there one day, I promise you. That is my goal. But it's advertised so well and you see all these commercials, so someone might be like, I really want to go to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is only a Royal Caribbean thing. I can't go on a Carnival ship and get to Perfect Day at Coco Cay. I can get on a Carnival ship and go to Half Moon Cay or Princess Cay because those are their private islands. So it's really going to depend on where you want to go specifically. If there's a specific island on your bucket list. My husband is cruising his way through the song Kokomo, so if you're familiar with that, I'm always looking for cruises that may have an island or two that are in that song to check off his list. My friend Stacey is also, her husband is also trying to sail through the song Kokomo. Cruise lines. All the cruise lines are similar but different. Each cruise line is known for something specific. So Royal Caribbean is known for their Perfect Day at Coco Cay. You also see that they have ice rinks on board and rock climbing and the flow riders and water shows, and you name it, they probably have it. They have a Johnny Rockets on board if you really like that old school diner feel. So if that's what you're looking for, Royal Caribbean may be a good fit for you. We sail mostly Carnival, all Carnival. I did one Disney cruise when I was younger. And Carnival is known as the fun ship. So they have lots of deck parties and mega deck parties and themed parties. And there's always live music happening, and there's always something to be done on a cruise ship, on one of their ships. They are the fun ships. They have a drink on board called a fun ship also. It's delicious. You know, Royal Caribbean also offers more Broadway shows like Cats, I believe they've done, or Grease, or shows that you know, where Carnival has their own well-known shows if you are in the cruise world, like Celestial Strings, or what's the other one I'm thinking of? Flick was a huge one when we sailed on our honeymoon. And each ship may have different shows or different things to offer. So like Carnival ships have, or the Carnival Mardi Gras, for example, has the first roller coaster at sea. So, I mean, if you're into roller coasters, which I am, when we did the Bolt is what it's called, on the Mardi Gras in October, it was so much fun. It's not a typical, you know, take you up 5 miles and drop you straight down roller coaster that you're gonna get at a Cedar Point or Six Flags or something like that, but it's fun for being on a cruise ship. The Vista class ships have Skyrides, which are these bikes that are suspended above on the top deck of the ship, and they go all the way around and give you 360 panoramic views of the water or the port that you're in. I can maybe drop in a few video or pictures at the end of this video from the Bolt and Skyride. So they're a lot of fun, and if you're looking just to party, I mean, I wouldn't call myself a big partier, but I do enjoy a good mega deck party, sail away party. Carnival's for you. If you are, I shouldn't say if you're taking a family, because Carnival and Royal and all of those are great for families also, but of course Disney is known for being for families. If you want to have dinner with an Avenger, or dinner with Mickey and Minnie, or see more Disney-based shows, or Star Wars at sea, it is my dream to make, I have a lot of cruise dreams if you can't tell, It is a dream of mine to be able to do a Star Wars at sea or a Avengers at sea, Marvel at sea sailing one of these days. We'll do it. It's gonna happen. I've been seeing videos from the Disney Wish and she is beautiful. Just things to think about when you're looking at your cruise lines. There are so many quizzes and questionnaires you can take online that point you in the direction of the cruise line. If you want more detailed information regarding what cruise line is for you, then or what cruise line offers what and what they're known for, hit me up in the comments and let me know. Then I can tackle those different cruise lines. I'm primarily a Carnival cruise line here, but I will do my best to address any questions or concerns you may have regarding other cruise lines. I'm always open for more knowledge regarding cruising. One day I would like to become a travel agent for cruising, so it never hurts to learn anything. So that is going to be everything regarding things to think about. Your top 3, I guess, things to think about is where do you want to go, when do you want to go, and who do you want to go with. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Make sure you hit that thumbs up and click subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I will be back next Wednesday for another Cruising 101 video. Bye guys, let's set sail together.